Say bye-bye, Briggs and JD.
JD and Briggs have officially left the farm.
Oh, I bet you're real happy you don't have to share your food anymore.
So, initially when we got Briggs and JD, they were here to help clear off the land, but they're also kind of like a pet. And, of course, we put them to work. They did a good job. But it really wasn't until we got the pigs when we realized what a good job was. So, here the past 2 weeks we've been talking over, praying over what we should do with the farm, what changes we should make to make things a little bit more within our budget, and also that makes a little bit more sense for our farm. Like I've told you all in the past, we don't want anything on this farm that doesn't help provide for the farm. It's just for us smarter to do it that way, and it's always make sure to keep things within our budget. Well, the goats started falling outside that budget. It was getting to the point where it was fences being broken, it was more land that needed to be provided, which is fine, that's what we expected, but it was always something that fell on more of the we don't need side anymore than anything else. And recently it's been more of now we got to bring hay over and feed and make sure the goats stay fed. We didn't realize what we wanted on this farm until we got the pigs. The pigs, we started taking advantage of their rooting. And we're always going to take advantage of the rooting, because how our property is, since it's always moist, since it's always being threatened by floods and everything, we can utilize the pigs to always keep up with the overgrowth of weeds or plants or whatever. And when we get everything stabilized and maintained, we'll just knock them back since we're harvesting them anyways. But met a guy at the feed store the other day. His name is Bobby C. Bobby C, if you ever look at this channel, I'm very glad I met you, dude. But he is an old school farmer. I mean, you put up one fence, you block off the pigs, everything else is out free range, blah, blah, blah. Awesome guy. He came up to me, he was like, hey, do you have any goats? For a second, I thought he was trying to get rid of some goats. I was like, crap. No, I don't want any more goats. I'm thinking about getting rid of my own. And I was like, yeah, I got 2. Why? He was like, you want to sell them? Immediately, this weight lifted off my shoulder. And I was like, hell yes. As a matter of fact, you can have them for free. I didn't care. I wasn't trying to sell anything. I wasn't trying to make anything off the goats. I got what I wanted, so why not help a fellow farmer out? He came pick them up today. He was like, hey, I have some cedar logs, or cedar trees if you want to come harvest those and use them for a corner post or whatever you want to use them for, a post or whatever. Help me clear off my land. Since you provided me some goats, you come pick them up, helps me again, and everything else. So I said, hell yeah. I went over to his farm, checked everything out. Awesome. I mean, amazing. On a piece of property smaller than mine, he's got a cow, 2 Yorkshire pigs. I mean, big pigs. He's got like 5 or 6 goats, plus the ones we gave him, plus Briggs and JD, and then other animals. The only thing he didn't have was like chickens to raise eggs, so we went ahead and sent them off with a dozen eggs as well. Not only did I gain a friendship, but I also gained a $200 nest box setup, whatever y'all want to call this. I call it a nest box setup. And 3 5-gallon buckets. Now, if you're new to this, these nest box, they're not cheap. He was like, hey, before I left, he was like, hey, do you want this? I'm not going to use it. You can have it if you want, since you have like, you know, or you're going to have again 30 chickens next year. I'm like, hell yeah. So that allows me to organize the chicken coop a little bit more. Right before I got back into the Jeep, he's like, hey, you need 5-gallon buckets. I'm like, who doesn't need a 5-gallon bucket? Especially if you're on a farm. 5-gallon buckets are like one of your most resourceful tool ever. So I went ahead and got me a couple of 5-gallon buckets. So not only by me giving him 2 free goats, I have gained where I can go get a better deal on some pigs, also bigger pigs, which will also help me clear the land. I've also gained a trustful relationship so far to where I could go on his property, harvest cedar logs, and then on top of that, he's got a lot of stuff for on his farm that he doesn't use that I can use on my farm, all by trading things out. And he's also going to need help, like I said, clearing land and everything. So while I'm gaining the cedar logs, he's gaining his land being cleared out. If everybody understood that trading labor was worth more than money, we'd all be in a better place. Guys, I know I didn't vlog yesterday. The wife was sick. It was one of those days where I was put the camera down, rub her back, let her know how much you love her. She said she wanted some soup. You go make her some soup. You forget about making her soup. It burns to the bottom of the pot. And she still eats the soup because she loves you as much as you love her. The whole thing is, if everybody stopped and cared for each other, if everybody stopped and realized other people have what you need and you have what they need, why in the hell are we all running around acting like a bunch of idiots? It was simple as him coming up to me and saying, hey, do you have this? I may need this if you have it, if you have what I need that you don't want. Hell yeah. As a matter of fact, I do. Guys, I will see y'all tomorrow.